following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Virtuosos podcast. I'm your host, Jules Houston. Alongside of me is Damon. The sentence ends there.
Yes, unfortunately, man.
Some people run from the grind, some people don't. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna name no names. I guess his mom is important.
Yeah, more important than us.
To his overall arc. I don't know. I don't know. It depends who you ask, but thankful to be here. Thankful you guys for all the support on those TikToks. Damon's doing a good job reviewing the boys, in the short video for you guys. You guys been killing it. More support on one and the other in terms of the boys standpoint. For us, it's been great, but for the boys, has been two sides of the coin. But
bro, that shit last night. First of all, I came out late.
Yeah,
Second of all, I did like
up.
3 or 4 takes, bro. My voice was cooked by the end of it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't talked till I got to work the next morning. Like, you know what I mean? Shit was getting crazy.
Yeah, I was tired. I was trying to stay up, and then I noticed it didn't come out, and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to bed. But real quick, got a couple things to talk about before we even get into the boys' news. AEW was in Buffalo last night. Now, one of my coworkers, he asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, yeah, I'm down. I'll go. I don't give a fuck. But I was like, our AEW shows were expensive. He was like, nah, we're seat filling. So we got in for free. So then, like, leading up to it, I'm like, I want to go. I'm like, I'm fucking tired, and I got to be moving around. So fortunately enough, unfortunately, he ended up getting floor seats. So it was just me by myself, fucking seat filling. So I met a couple people, and it was pretty cool. I'd recommend it if, AEW ever comes back in town. You can seat fill. It's very easy. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. I think some people get unlucky. I got a story about that, actually. But overall, fun experience. I dapped up Cesaro, aka known as Claudio now. I dapped up Cesaro. John Moxley walked through my arm. He's fucking huge. He's like, I guess crazy people like you see him on TV and they look big. Motherfuckers are fucking huge. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like Claudio, he's just walking around, but he smacked my hand. I was like, damn, that shit hurt. I'm like, fuck. And then on the way out, Bryan Danielson dapped me up. So that was nice. I literally got that corner where they do their entrance. So when they round that corner, they were literally right in front of me. But overall, the product was good. I thought it was great. I like a lot of the wrestlers that they have. Will Ospreay, MJF, Swerve Strickland. Those are the main event guys. They're inserting guys like Danny Garcia, who's a hometown guy, into the main event. Some former WWE stars. We had Tony Storm. We had Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks. So it was fun. Overall product is good. It sucks that Key Bank fits as many people as it does, and they only had I think it was 23, maybe 2,400 seats bought.
Damn.
So I'm one person seat filling. I'm not gonna make no damn difference. So we're not gonna fill the arena.
Damn.
But ironically, you know what I'm saying? It's a weird thing because they're like, all right, they'll tap you on the shoulder, yo, come over here, sit in that seat, because they keep the hard camera this way. When I tell you, I got in that seat and I seen dude sit down. Dude came up, like, yo, you motherfucker. I'm like, hey, I'm like, oh shit. He's like, yo, he's like, I'm with the show. He's like, nah, get on my seat. So he's like, all right, my bad, bro. I'm just with the show. They told us to seat fill. He's like, I get it, but get up on my seat. I'm like, damn, I'm acting crazy. So then, even after that, so then I finally got a settled seat. It was a seat that wasn't bought at all. So I had a great view of perfect of the ring. I didn't see the floor, but I'd seen perfect of the ring. I'm centered right there. So I got great pictures and all that. But it was these two guys in front of us. One old dude, he was like, this is not y'all seats. he building up his anger for these. I kept telling them it's not their seats, and they kept saying they're part of the show, bullshit. And but it was a fun experience overall. Like I said, I recommend people go if you can. seat filling was fun, but like I said, there's some horror stories. If you don't like confrontation, then it's not really for you for sure. But overall fun show. Super fucking long because they recorded 2 shows, but I was tired of shit. I took a wrong turn, end up in Dunkirk. I mean, like what can I say? I lost all my aura in Dunkirk.
Oh shit!
I don't get that shit back. But also, NBA draft concluded today about an hour ago, not even. Now this draft class.
It's a draft class.
There's college players in it.
It's accelerating. You know what I'm saying?
People got drafted to teams.
People got a new job.
Like I think I seen your name in there. I think I seen Trey name in there.
You know what I'm saying? People got a job.
It was random. It was like the draft for the United States. Like
you might get selected. Like you might not.
If you're healthy enough, you might get selected, bro. So, for you, how did you feel about the draft in general? I noticed it was 2 days. I didn't know if that was a new thing this year.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
I'm pretty sure we know why. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Oh yeah, we definitely know why. I said it on stream. It's strictly because Bronny James is in the draft. Bronny James in the draft.
You gotta make it bigger for him.
Yeah,
and then they still wait until 7 o'clock at night for him to get drafted.
Because I seen a video of the Duke center, I think, and he was in the green room. He was projected first round pick. Mm-hmm. He had to go home. Like, he had to dead ass go home. He's in the green room, I think, by himself.
Yeah.
Had to go home because it's a 2-night thing. I'm like, bro, and then they have it dumb early at 4 o'clock. Like,
bro,
motherfuckers is just getting that shit out the way. Like, I'm like, all right, man. But yeah, they probably not gonna do this 2-night thing again. Draft was cool. I didn't really know most of the prospects. I'll be honest, like, at all.
I could care less.
Woj spoiled the number 1 pick at 7:45 p.m. The draft started at 8 o'clock. I'm like, how do I know the number 1 pick? Like, the Hawks didn't even put the pick in. You know what I mean? Zach Edey went 9. I know people was talking about that. The motherfucker averaged 25 and 12, man. I can't sit up here and act like that's not a good pick.
You know what I'm saying?
It fills a need. It's on a team that really ain't even supposed to be picking there. They got Gigi Jackson and Vince Williams, so they got wings. They got wings at their position. They need a big. They went out there and got Zach Edey, so good for them. I'm trying to think of some other picks. Bronny went to the Lakers. Expected. There was a lot of funny ass memes like like, you know what I'm saying, you don't pass me the ball, like somebody fucking your mom on the team, you know what I mean, like why am I seeing that? Like, do you say yo screen Bron or screen dad? Like, it's a lot of memes going on out there. But I'm actually like glad I'm able to witness this. Like, this is the first time that this happened in professional sports. Like, this is like cool as shit to see. It's just a testament to LeBron's longevity. So, shout out to him. I would be happy as fuck if I was in a position. So,
yeah, exactly.
Shout out to
Vice
him.
versa, I would do the same thing he did.
Yeah. Rob Dillingham got traded. I am shocked he got traded for that. That was fucking insane for a 2030
I think the Spurs
pick.
fucked up.
The Spurs fucked up crazy. I'm like, yo, you might as well draft. If you really didn't want him, just draft somebody there at 8. Like, you're in no position to not take that second pick that you got. Like, you can go get you another forward. I know you got Sohan and Keldon Johnson, but realistically, like, Keldon Johnson is the best he's gonna get. Go get you another forward. Get you some more depth off the bench. Some of that nature. If you don't want a crazy player at 8, taking Rob and then trading him for 2030 picks is nuts.
Yeah.
Like,
and then to me, it's more or less like they took Castle at 4, so it wasn't like they had a crazy need at the guard position, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you don't really draft for needs, you draft for potential, and then, like, whatever happens. Yeah. Like you said, Keldon Johnson ain't getting so good. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to throw Dillingham in here, who's a top 10 pick for 2031 picks, at the very least, you can go get, some of them players on the Wolves bench that have value. Like, the Wolves had one of the deepest teams in the playoffs last year, and not only did you not do anything to hurt them, because, eventually that's going to be your competition. Now you give him a chance. Like, I was always saying, like, everybody say the cat's the problem. I think Mike Conley's the problem. Like, you can't win a championship with Mike Conley as your starting point guard. And then they go get Rob Dillingham. It's like, that's a very good fucking pick.
My rookie of the year, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I think he's up there, to be honest.
Like, that shit is crazy. Granted, he's like more of a scoring guard, but the fact that he's there on a team where they play a bunch of defense, he don't have to go out there and go guard Trae Young or fucking Jalen Brunson or something or nothing like that. But, I mean, you come in there and can just score. Like, everything else is take care of the... Like, Mike Conley came up the court, gave the ball to the best players.
Yeah,
spotted up. He was not coming up the court. That's what I'm saying.
He's barely dribbling up the court.
He was not coming up the court, running the offense, barely running pick and rolls. He only threw it to one motherfucker, and that was Gobert. Everybody else, just get the ball, get out the way. So Rob Dillingham to the Timberwolves is fucking nuts for 2030 picks. It's like where the Pelicans was at. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where a lot of these teams at that, you know what I'm saying, that could have benefited from a point guard.
Shit's crazy, man. I would have probably traded that pick though if you really didn't want somebody at 8. Get some picks for next year because I mean you don't know who could become available.
Yeah.
If Castle ends up being good, then you're one piece away. Like you're literally one piece away. So, in a stacked ass Western Conference, probably would have traded for picks up closer to this year, but never know.
I would have tried to get at least only as late as like 2026. Unfortunately, the Wolves don't have any picks, so obviously I get the whole 2031. But I'm assuming they got better offers than a 2031 unprotected pick. I mean, I guess it is what it is. Donovan
went to the Blazers. I don't know what the fuck the Blazers are doing. I would assume they got to be in the trade market. I was talking to Chris last night. He was talking about. I'm like, yo, you got Grant, Denny, Ayton, and Donovan now. Somebody got to go. Two of them now got to go. You can't keep all these young players on the team. You have no continuity. You ain't got no vets.
And that's just in the front court.
Doesn't we ain't even talking about the back court. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to get to the back court.
You talking about the Scoots, the Simons, you know what I'm saying?
Because they drafted, with the 14th pick, they drafted a point guard. Luckily, they traded him. Because I was dead. I'm thinking like, yo, you dead ass took a center and a guard. And you took a guard, number 3 last year, and you have DeAndre and you just traded for it. So what the fuck was the point of doing that?
I don't know I think the Blazers are literally just at a point where like they need to get lucky again to find a star in the draft because they've never ever been able to acquire free agencies at like a crazy clip. Like the last free agent they signed that was big was like Scottie Pippen.
Yeah,
like and that's fucking 2000.
Damn near. I mean, you look at fucking. I think like you talking about just throwing motherfuckers contracts like. They threw Jeremy Grant a contract. No, I think they traded for him.
Yeah, they think they traded.
Like fucking Evan Turner back in the day. Like when you had Dame and CJ, you were just throwing wings contracts just to pick them up. But now, I mean, and you got Robert Williams too. I forgot about him.
Yep.
You got just.
I think they have all 27 and under team.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody good though. You know what I'm saying? Nobody good enough to be an all-star or like star potential at all. So that's where I draw the line where like, all right, somebody has to break out, but I don't see the breakout.
I don't know. There's too many players.
I don't think Donovan's that kind of player to break out and lead this team. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a solid piece. I think he's the right pick. But I'm saying, like, who else could you go there, realistically? You know what I'm saying? I think he's better than Zach Edey. I think he's a better fit in the NBA than Zach Edey. But if you swap Zach Edey and Donovan, then look at the Grizzlies as the steal of the draft. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, realistically, you're just in a weird spot.
Very weird spot.
I don't know. I look at them. And I look at, even the Thunder. Their Thunder pick surprised me. Nikola Topic. I mean,
young player.
If you're going to trade Josh Giddey to get Josh Giddey, then what are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Like, what are we doing? You're off with an injury. I guess they love resting players for a year. They love, you know what I mean? Yeah. He probably could come back mid-season. There's no point in him. He's not playing until the following season.
And but their team picks they should have traded. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the picks people have been saying that they got to start unloading these picks because they have too many. And now you getting the same player again. Like it's I don't know, it's getting kind of redundant in my opinion. That they keep taking all these, these random players, and even if they pan out, it's like you're not. It's the hardest part is to trade these young players when you got so many.
Yep.
It's easier to trade the picks and let the team decide what they want to do for them. But if you want to keep the picks, fine. But
so they trying to fucking do the Harden shit. Like,
yeah,
bro. So many times you gonna do that. Like, and even then when you traded Harden and you made it back into 2016. Everybody got these windows, bro. Your window shut in 2016. You were up 3-1. Like, that's the worst way to go out. You don't know what Shea going to want his second contract, what Chet going to want his second contract. You don't know if Jalen Williams is going to, like, stay where he's at or take another jump or not.
Because if he booms, then you're in hell. I'm not going to lie.
You got to pay. That's a big three you committing to. And the rest of your guys, you're going to have to trade. Because they all
if you think that's a good enough big three to win it all, then I got news for you, man.
Yeah, Jalen Williams is going to be like a fucking 25 point per game scorer.
You have to turn to Paul George.
Like, damn, like 25
Paul
point per
George
game.
Or damn Anthony Edwards kind of player where he can take over the game with his scoring. There's nothing wrong with SGA scoring, but it's like he don't shoot a lot of threes, so it's not gonna kill a team if he gets you 30, because those are usually 13 mid ranges. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna go off of mid ranges. it's not gonna swing the game in any momentum.
And J Dub is like 6'5", playing power forward. Like it's gonna be teams that hunt him defense. Like he's the worst defender on the court. So you ask him to put a 25 points per game and then guard being constantly hunted. That's tough, man. So we'll see what they do. They're at the point where every pick they make, everything they do is damn near good. So I mean, it's like damn, like I ain't gonna.
I don't know. It was an interesting draft. I mean, speaking of some interesting moves. I mean, the Wolves didn't lose a pick this draft. They drafted also Terrence Shannon, who was supposed to be a very good prospect this year. Kind of fell down. Illinois had a good run later in the year, but even Jared McCain, I didn't think he was gonna fall out the lottery.
I'm so glad he didn't go to the Lakers, man.
I was sure he was gonna go in the lottery at some point. Obviously, I thought the Thunder were a candidate for him. The Kings traded away Davion Mitchell, so I thought, if that was a plan, then maybe you take Jared McCain. You know what I'm saying? Like anything like that. But him going to the Sixers is huge. The Lakers get Dalton Neck.
That's so fucking tough. Like, how does he fall? And I feel even worse because that's the pick we could have had, and we deferred it to next year.
Yep.
I'm like, we let this
perfect replacement for Brandon Ingram and then trade Ingram for a better piece.
That's so tough, man.
Yeah, seeing that pick go, I'm like, damn, they got I think a top 10 player in the draft, to be honest, in my opinion, just because a lot of these players are just super young, super raw. This is like one of the most polished players in the draft.
Yeah, easily.
Like
granted, he's old.
He's almost as good as he's gonna get, but I mean, you know what you're getting out of him before, obviously, a lot of these guys. But I don't know. I mean, the Lakers and Sixers both have back-to-back good-ass picks. I know you've seen fucking Jalen Williams' brother, ironically, we're just speaking to him. He got drafted at 10.
Yeah.
Did that TikTok-ass handshake. Hey, I'm like, all right.
Hey, a motherfucker got drafted.
All right, bro.
A motherfucker got drafted was dribbling at the draft. He trying to go hard. Like, yo, you're not getting no attribute upgrades, bro. You're the same person. Like, relax.
You're the same person with a ball in your hand, bro.
Like come on, bro.
Put that shit down.
We took Missy from Baylor. I'm not gonna lie, I did more like research prior to the draft. I didn't know we was gonna trade the pick. I didn't know Brandon Ingram was gonna trade it. I'm hearing more athletic than Capella. I guess you take that at 21.
Yeah, take that at 21 based off the fact that y'all been looking for some interior defense for a long time now. So that's how I look at it. Like, y'all have interior defense since AD left. So now we at a point where, you take that's where you gotta start taking guys for needs. Like, you're at 21. It's not a bad spot to pick after everything happened, like with the Zion injury, with Ingram falling off the face of the earth, CJ McCollum obviously being hunted on defense. There's just a lot going on there. So getting an interior defensive guy at 21, you can't even complain realistically. Isaiah Collier, he was supposed to be
a top 10,
top 12. At worst, lottery pick. Dude ends up going 29. I would say he got drafted to the Jazz. I'm like, where? Because he did not go at 10. It was like 29. I'm like, 29?
Who drafted him?
The Jazz.
Oh, the Jazz got a crazy ass draft class.
Yeah, they had a great draft.
Him,
Jazz,
Cody, and Flip.
They killed it. I'm not gonna lie. So I think overall they probably did have the best draft. They always just take guys at value. You know what I'm saying? They don't play around with it. But they're another team that have a bunch of young guys. Their best guy is probably going to get traded. He's on the trade market, which is Lauri Markkanen.
They got picks.
Where the hell you go from there, I don't know. I don't know if you want to acquire more picks for Lauri Markkanen. I don't know what you're planning on. Obviously, next year, the darling of the draft is Cooper Flagg. As of right now, anything can change. I think they even got like a 7-2 guy. Duke does. Yeah. I think he's on like top 3. So they're in a spot where like, hey, maybe you might get lucky because I think Walker Kessler was getting played off the court in the regular season.
Yep. He barely was starting. He was in and out the starting lineup.
He might be done. I ain't gonna lie. He might be completely
That's why I wanted the Pelicans. Like, if we were gonna make a Brandon Ingram trade, we was gonna trade him there. But it doesn't make sense for the Jazz to pick him up. That'd be interesting to see if Brandon Ingram even gets traded. Like, I thought the Sixers or the Cavs would have made a move, but they haven't made a move yet. So
I think the Sixers is like the last team.
Yeah, I think because
if the Sixers don't get him, then you kind of got to stick.
Yeah, because OG, I think their plan was to get OG and probably another piece, but OG's back on the Knicks, which we're going to be talking about in a minute. But I don't know what free agent, outside of Paul George.
Yeah, it looks like he's returning. Yeah, based off what I've been reading. He wanted a max deal. They're not looking forward to it, but he is willing to wait to see what they have to do. Which is, interesting, and obviously I can understand that point. Once you live in LA, you kind of don't want to leave.
Yeah.
But moving into a bigger story, Bronny. Bronny at 55, biggest story to draft. We already knew he was gonna go to a position that he wanted to. He only worked out for like 3 teams.
He worked, yeah. I think it was the Suns and the Lakers.
Suns, Lakers. And I think it was one more.
I think the Celtics.
I think it was the Celtics. They're on the same range. I think it was Celtics, Lakers, Suns. They literally picked 54, 55, and 56. That's pretty interesting in general. But goes to 55 at to the Lakers, playing with his dad. Huge honor for both of them, realistically. But I know you've seen the report of Rich Paul is telling teams not to draft Bronny because he's gonna go to Australia. I didn't believe that shit for 1 minute.
I'm about to say I'm calling like if Bronny was a better prospect, I'm calling bluff. I'm gonna draft him. Let's see what you talking about, bro. Because you still keep his rights when you draft him. Mm-hmm. So we will hold Bronny here for the next 3-4 years. He will have to play in Australia every year because if he's in the NBA, he's gonna be on my team. Mm-hmm. I would have called if he was a better prospect. I would have called bluff. But I mean, Rich Paul.
That's what more or less I look at it like. This man's been he's never been away from his dad ever. Every school he's went to has been near his father. Mm-hmm. So it's not like he's just. Well, he played basketball. He didn't go to Mount Verde or nothing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He played high school basketball in California as long as his dad been there. He was playing high school basketball in Cleveland as long as his dad been there. It wasn't like he was traveling or nothing. So to see him just leave the United States and go to Australia to play basketball, that doesn't make no fucking sense. And for anybody, you know what I'm saying? Imagine you know what I'm saying? That's your father. You've been around for 19 years. You just up and go to Australia. Yeah. Because you don't want to play for the Suns,
fucking Celtics or the Suns.
How many hours away from LA? If you went to the Celtics, I can understand that. You have 2 different sides. You got Lakers and Celtics rivalry. Maybe you don't want to go against your dad. In that kind of sense. Yeah, they might get fucking killed.
He wouldn't even play.
He would no. If he went to Celtics, he would not play.
He would not play.
And I'll be shocked if he plays much on the Lakers this first year. Realistically. That's why this 3-year max contract makes sense for LeBron. It's at best you might not see if you really want to compete for a title. You are not playing Bronny James almost at all this year, especially not no damn playoffs. Yeah, I can guarantee he's not playing in the playoffs. Nothing against Bronny James, but these comparisons to the Drew Holidays, the Devin White to the league, that shit gotta stop.
Yeah,
we talking about 2 guys who just won a ring a week ago. 2 of the best 2-way players in the Eastern Conference.
You scheme against them defense. You got to find certain ways.
You don't want to play against Devin White and Drew Holiday, and especially if one of them are on. You as good as cooked. These are people. These are 2 guys who can shoot lights out, defend at a high rate, play make at a high rate. Score when their team isn't scoring. I'm talking Derek White was one of the best players on the Celtics for half the season. It wasn't even and that's compared to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. This is not no way in hell I'm gonna see Bronny James putting it on even better than Austin Reeves is. You know what I'm saying? I don't even see him being the player that Austin Reeves is. Yeah. And that's saying a lot because Austin Reeves is a talent. He did the same thing. He refused to go to teams later in the second round and ended up falling out the draft and went to the Lakers. Sometimes you can force your hand, but to see you say I'm gonna go to Australia, you guys pick me, it's come on now.
Yeah, you lying. And I want to see that dynamic of calling out Bronny on certain things. Do JJ Redick got that trust from LeBron to say things to his son? It's interesting. I know Darvin Ham would have been. He would have got fired in training camp. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna lie, because it just don't work there. JJ Redick though, I gotta see that dynamic. It's.
I think the whole Lakers situation right now is interesting. I heard Austin Reeves might be moved. With the drafting of Dalton, I don't know how much they trust him to be inserted into that role where he would have to play 24 to 27 minutes a game. And it's just way too hard to do right now for a rookie. The Lakers have never been keen on playing their rookies much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They used to play, and they had all the young guys all playing 28 minutes or less. Nobody was getting no 32, 33 minutes a game. So already that's just the Lakers' philosophy. They don't try to rush nobody. They try to develop their guys in-house as long as they can. I don't see a situation where Bronny plays much this season. They already got these props out for him. It's his first bat he gets by his dad, or vice versa. It's Bro, that motherfucker gotta make the team.
He got ass.
He has to make like
ass.
the main. Like, I'm not saying gonna get cut, but like G League is a possibility.
Yep, definitely.
A high ass possibility.
And then you gotta think if D'Lo leaves, they're gonna try to trade for a guard. They're not. They're gonna.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're not gonna just be like, all right, well, we're gonna insert this, this undersized guard who's smaller than D'Lo, who can't shoot as good D'Lo, who can't play make as good D'Lo, who can't score as good as D'Lo, and he defends better than him, but like at what cost?
Yeah, you're gonna have LeBron playing point guard at 40 years old.
Once again,
fucking
you know what I'm saying?
wheels gonna fall off.
So he got to run point guard the entire time because his son is not capable of running an offense as complex as the Lakers' offense is going to be with a guy like LeBron and a player like AD. You know what I'm saying? That's way too much for him in general. It's going to make him better eventually, but I don't think year one is the year that he's going to get it done. But calling that bluff on that damn Australia shit.
Yeah,
he was never going to Australia.
That's insane.
To move across the world, away from your family. You know what I'm saying? That don't make too much sense to me. And I mean, good for him or good for them in general for pulling that move off. I didn't think it was necessary to pull it off. And they tried to say he was already going to get drafted. I don't think he was going to get drafted much higher than what he got picked at.
Yeah.
I'm saying no hate against him, obviously.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Again, I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm glad they got what they wanted. They didn't have to go take him to trade back up to go get him.
Yeah, exactly.
Got him at 55. Like, it's a cool moment to see. I would hope he'd make the preseason team at least. You see him on the court together. Like, that it's cool. Like, as an NBA fan, you put your bias to the side, and we cool with it. Now, if we get the Lakers game 1 and he on the court, I need his ass. He getting his ass busted. That's when you start getting. You know what I mean? That's when that fan will come out like.
On the Zion.
You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck is Bronny guarding Zion? Get him the ball. Like, you know what I mean? Because LeBron to do some shit like that. LeBron don't take that match no more. Hey, son, go check Zion. Go check fucking Trae Young. Like, come on, bro. Speaking of Trae Young, come on, Trae Young.
See, I mean, and to touch on that real quick, do you think they made the right choice by taking?
They had no choice, man.
I think that was just they were just in hell, really.
Like, Sarr fucked they whole shit up bad. Like, him not working out, but like last minute saying, "Oh, y'all should take me number 1." He fucked they whole situation up. Because
when I've read, I'm like, he was doing that. Like, I didn't know because nothing was coming out about the draft process. So it was like very closed in. Only people hear about like Donovan, Zach, and Bronny. Those are only 3 people you really hearing about for like their workouts and shit. For them to have to pass on Sarr, who I think is better, should have been their pick.
Better fit.
Because that guy plays a 3. And they got to trade AJ Griffin. It's like now you got him and what's his name, DeAndre Hunter. Yeah. I mean, I kind of see him as the same player right there. Like, I see like a player that's not as athletic, kind of slow, not going to be a leading scorer. Probably not going to be the best defender on the team. He's a player, you know what I'm saying? He's compared to Harrison Barnes, so it's on cue for everything I just said. But
it's so tough. Like, this is the worst draft to have number 1. Well, I would say that, but Alex Sarr fucked their whole shit up. I think they would have took Sarr 1, but he didn't want to work out with them. They put him in a tough position. Now you got to run it back with Capella and Onyeka as your centers.
Yep.
I mean, I guess if you believe in Onyeka, he has to start. You trade Capella, but putting Sarr right there accelerates your whole shit. You can move one or both of your centers.
Now you
keep
can
your
move
wings.
DeJounte Murray instead, but now you can't move him because now you're in a weird spot where, like, all right, now he can play his natural position a little bit more instead of having to move up to small forward sometime because we got an undersized team in general. Yeah. They got an undersized team once they start playing their best players each position. So they just
you took a wing. Number 1 pick to average 11 a game, I think. That's so
and he is
tough.
not athletic at all. I mean, obviously more athletic than me, but if we talking about in terms of you, you know what I'm saying, we compare his athleticism to you. Then we got a little bit of different conversations, but I mean, I don't see like a crazy athlete who's gonna be jumping out the gym. I don't see a crazy shooter who's gonna be shooting over guys. I don't see a crazy playmaker who's gonna impact the game in that way and make his teammates better. I just see a player who can be inserted in like the safest pick possible. Like, if you want the motherfucker to go out there and get you 14, 4 and 4, and 42% shooting, and he doesn't lose you games, but he ain't gonna win you no games, then he's the pick. If you want a guy that's gonna develop into a defensive anchor, eventually get that scoring touch along the way, Sarr was a pick.
You should have went Sarr, man. You gotta call bluff on that one. I'm still taking Sarr. I know he didn't work out, but
I'd have been like,
that's
fuck
fucking, like, yo, you gotta
like,
play.
Watch your tape.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not
trading
trading you either. You're gonna play. Like, you want to be in the NBA, you have to play, like, type shit. But it's like, I always look at number one picks and compare them to the other draft class, like where they would be at. Like, you look at the Victor class, bro. He probably go like 9,
Who, Sarr?
10. No, number one pick.
Versace.
Probably goes, he probably goes 9. Like, you got Victor, Brandon Miller, Scoop, but like, bro.
If I look back on it, I'm pretty sure he probably falls at the top 12-ish.
Yeah,
off the top
like
of my
top 12, bro.
Because I think they had like Keontae George at like.
Keontae George was 12.
I think, yeah.
That's tough, man.
I think 2023 was.
I'm not even gonna throw him in the year
wax
beforehand.
before,
Year beforehand, he definitely getting pushed back.
Yeah, because 12 was Derek Lively.
Yeah, that's
13 Grady Dick, 14 Jordan Hawkins. He'd have been outside the lottery for sure. Because Keontae George is 16, so I would say he'd probably be like the Keontae George range.
Yeah, that's tough.
And that's
man.
crazy to think. That's like 15 players.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, I hope he pan out, obviously, but that's you probably with that pick, you probably because I feel like they really would have traded Trae Young or DeJounte Murray if they felt more comfortable with their pick, but sorry forced their hand.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't know how crazy it was until obviously the night of where I was saying like he's gonna be the pick, and I was already saying like I didn't think Sarr was that good, but I didn't think. I mean, I didn't
compared
think
to the other top.
Yeah, I'm saying like out of the other top picks, not compared to everybody else in the draft class. He obviously is the best player in the draft, but we just got lucky there. They got a huge fucking team. No, they're pretty lengthy now.
And they got a guard in the draft too. How did that Denny trade though? I don't.
Yeah, it's a trade they did. I'll tell you
trade
that much,
Kuzma instead. I'm keeping Denny right there, man. He's
on the
like
bright side though,
$50
Kuzma got that name value where, I mean, I don't know who goes to get him. I don't know. Maybe we could. I don't know. Like maybe like the Bucks or something.
Yeah, because he turned down the Mavs trade.
Yeah, so he turned down the Mavs trade, and they end up in the finals.
Like,
it's like, I mean, I think PJ Washington was a better fit.
Yeah,
but he provides more scoring, more playmaking ability. I think PJ Washington really bought into the role. Obviously, be there long term. I don't think Kuzma would have been there long term. Yeah. I think that more or less was the story. Like long term, do you see us competing year to year to year? Like probably not. No. But that does it for the NBA draft. But I did want to touch on the Mikal Bridges trade before we get into the final segment. Now, I've been vocal about this. I've been saying this, and I can't say it enough. In any sport ever, if you trade in multiple firsts, those type of trades, you want to get the best. Like, he has to be the best player on your team. If not the best player, he has to be the last piece of that team. Like that's the last move you gotta make. So I put it in hindsight. All right, let's just imagine. All right, so we gave away 2025, 2027, 2029, 2031. So that's what 4 first-round picks in the next 7 years.
I think I gave up 5.
Yeah, and then the Bucks pick, but the Bucks pick was damn near like it's basically like a real first rounder. It's protected 1 through 4. So imagine. Give up 5 firsts in 7 years. So imagine the 2016 Warriors did this. Best team ever. You have 2 lottery picks. Then that's the best team ever. This team that has held Curry for those next 7 years. They had Klay Thompson for all those 7 years. Draymond Green for all those 7 years. KD for about 3 more years. You didn't even have KD yet. 3 more years after that. I'm like, this is where we got to start thinking like, okay, this is a notoriously bad team. This Knicks franchise has not been great even in the draft or even, having lengthy runs. What's more likely that we beat Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey fully healthy next year, or we lose to them and we pick in, or we not picking, or that pick is in the 16 through 19 range? Like, what's more likely?
That's true.
Like, that's what I be trying to tell people is like, okay, Mikal is cool. He's a good player, but we've already talked about Mikal Bridges several times in this podcast. He is not a building block for no team. So that already eliminates him from being the number 1 option. And it damn near eliminates him being a number 2 option because we just seen a number 2 option win Finals MVP. Is Mikal Bridges a Finals MVP kind of player? So now this is where I start thinking, where do we finally see Mikal Bridges get exposed? In the finals against Giannis. Who is the player we gotta play against to get to that level?
I say Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton was giving him problems.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest.
Like, we can't put him on Giannis, so we got to put him on Middleton. Middleton might be out of there. Let's say they trade Middleton for Kyle Kuzma, and you telling me we just traded 5 first-round picks and a unfully guaranteed contract with a good shooter for Mikal Bridges, who's gonna have to go out there and guard the third best player, a guy who his only accolade is all-time or all NBA defensive team, which he overperformed. He was never this stout, crazy lockup defender ever. He's good in passing lanes. He's a willing defender, but he's not a great defender, which are a lot of them in the NBA. But he's one of the ones where I'm like, he's not gonna affect the game crazy. He's not gonna shut your best player down. He's gonna defend them. He's gonna defend them well enough where you're confident enough that if we need a stop out of 3 possessions, he's gonna get at least 1. More or less just playing a percentage game, at least 1. But when you look at the Nets. So you're telling me that the Nets, they go from the playoffs and I think they almost got swept, or they did get swept by the Sixers.
Yeah.
Next year they don't make it. You telling me you're gonna get them what the fuck they want? Y'all only trending down. His numbers are only going down. How you wait to make that trade and none of those picks was this year, so you wait to make that trade during the deadline. Now that's maybe 2 first-round picks instead of 4 or 5, whatever. You just gotta play the percentage game. It's like. That trade happened so overzealous before we even re-signed OG. So that was a big concern for me. And it's like, I mean, obviously Brunson, Hart, Mikal, and Dante all played at Villanova. Pool core is nice. There's no core even close to that that's possible to make in NBA right now, besides like the Duke, the Kentuckys, and obviously, but even then you're getting like washed up John Walls and shit like that.
You know, Cam Reddish and Trey Jones, like if they're starting on your team,
you have like 1 or 2 bad players, you know, because everybody don't pan out. But I'm not like Josh Hart was some stout coming out of college, so this is always a possibility to happen. It just didn't happen because nobody thought, oh, let's just get all the Villanova boys back together. So personally, this is the best version of a college team you're gonna get. Do I think it's smart to fucking do that though? Hell no. Not as hard as they go, because when you look at, and I kept comparing it to the Donovan Mitchell situation. No, never have I ever said I want to get Donovan Mitchell. I'm not saying I want to get Donovan Mitchell, but I would get a all-star player like Donovan Mitchell for that trade and then some more before I get Mikal Bridges any day of the week.
That's true.
Because why am I paying for, let's say you averaged 20 points per game last year. Just out of math in general, Brunson had 21 shots a game last year. I think Randall had like 15 shots a game last year. That is 36 shots between 2 guys. Mikal Bridges is not a ball-dominant player who's going to demand the ball. He might not even be the third option on the team. That's how I look at him damn near. I was like, I could see OG being the third option before I see him being the third option. Then he got paid like it. And I'm looking at it, I was like, well, we just paid 5 first-round picks now for a 4th option on the offense. He's not even going to be the best defender on the team because I think that's OG. So now we at a point where, like, did we overpay? Absolutely we overpaid. Do we have to win the finals? Do I think that makes it better than the Celtics? No. Do I think we match up well against the Celtics? Yeah. Yes. But that does not mean you're going to win. So it's got better coaching, better defense, better shooting, better stars. And they dominated so bad in this playoffs that it got boring. It dominated so bad that it got boring.
Yeah, man.
So I'm at a point where if I just watch the Celtics do what they did, and I seen the Pacers did what they did to us, and I see we got lucky against the Sixers, like, be honest. Like, motherfucker, like, Joel Embiid's face falling apart. Like, you can't get more lucky than the MVP's face fucking falling apart.
The Bucks coming back
like,
next year too.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And the Bucks are gonna be a competitive team. Like they literally blew the second seed. Like, there's a good chance that, you know what I'm saying? Like 9 times out of 10 we don't get that second seed. We play the Pacers in the first round, and what happened in the semifinals happens in the first round instead. And then the team looks a lot different. Losing the first round instead of, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we beat the reigning MVP, and, you know, Maxey had his best games and we still outlast them. It's like, none of them games we dominated. I didn't think we looked dominant in any game at all in the playoffs. Every game was close. Every game was very, very nail-biting wise. We lost a lot of guys, but that does not mean that we're just going to insert, all right, healthy guys and we're good. Because Randall being out made Brunson better. And same thing with Mitch Robinson. Mitch Robinson being out made Hartenstein emerge. Like, that's just how basketball goes. You can't just assume we throw healthy players in the lineup. You know, add a player that has automatic chemistry to point guard, and we just in the fucking finals. That shit ain't gonna happen because do I think we match up well against even the Lakers? You think we match up against the Lakers in 7-game series? We winning? No, we ain't beating Bron. We not beating Jokic, and there's a good chance we don't beat the fucking Wolves either. They got too much defense for us to even try to score past 90. We couldn't even fucking score 100. We couldn't even score 100.
Damn near.
We didn't get an offensive player.
90.
We couldn't even
we
get an offensive player. So now I look at this trade and I'm just like, if we don't win the finals in the next 2 years, we're cooked. We have no players on the contract after 2026 besides Josh Hart. So we don't have to play under contract after Josh Hart. That 2027 first round pick looking like shit look like DeMond Critton in that one.
Hold on. I could be number one pick. I ain't gonna lie, low key though, man. I fuck with the move. Like
I like the move, just not for the price.
I like the move. The price probably could have been a little bit cheaper. I mean, they probably did that one because Mikal Bridges played with Josh Hart and all them. And number two is the Nets and Knicks trade. That's why I would assume that the Nets probably was being stingy with it.
Yep.
But I think this move solidified them. Like, now the Bucks and the Sixers have to make moves.
Yeah.
If the Sixers made a move, like if they got Paul George, then I'm looking at this trade like, oh shit, like you still might be third, fourth in the East.
That's what I said. I was like, I know Jimmy Butler said he was staying, but let's say he doesn't stay. Let's say he goes to the Sixers.
This is last year. He's not resigning. He's not taking an extension with the Heat. And even then the Heat is coming back next year. Like we know they go on them runs. I think this solidifies the Knicks right now as the second best team in the East. Like, you got Embiid, who's the MVP caliber player, but again, come playoff time, the motherfucker plays with one arm, one leg, one ear, one eye, whatever the fuck he do.
He had a whole damn fake stroke.
Like, I don't know what's going
half
on.
his face, and he's still putting up.
Like, he doing oops off the glass, dunking, getting hurt. Like, you got to cut the camera after the highlight gets shown. Like, shit get crazy. Like, I think that solidifies them as the second best team in the East right now. And then it comes down to being matchup dependent. Like, the Pacers wasn't a good matchup for the Celtics. The Celtics just, Halliburton got hurt. The Pacers choked that first game away. But the Pacers are going to be like a 6, 7, 8 seed team. Like 5, 6. They're going to be on the bottom end of it. You're going to have Philly back. Giannis is going to be back. I think the Knicks did enough to get past those teams. You match up with the Celtics. Again, it's going to be tough. You got Porzingis' health. Al Horford's going to be 40 years old out there. But Mitchell Robinson has health issues. Thibodeau teams break down at the end because he plays them 45 minutes. So, you had that. If OG did not sign, I would not fuck with this move at all.
Yeah, that's what made
OG
me
signing
warm
back
up to a little bit more because I really thought OG was out the win.
If OG would have not came back, I'm like, damn, you just paid 5 first-round picks for OG's replacement instead of trying to just bring him back. But the OG and Mikal defensively right there with Mitchell Robinson, if he stays healthy, that's a solid team that's gonna get you probably top 10 defensively. Julius Randle's not a bad defender himself. And then obviously come playoff time, even if you say Julius Randle isn't gonna be 25 point per game scorer in the playoffs, you've seen what Brunson did. So surrounding Brunson with more pieces like that, cool with the picks. Again, it's not like you're gonna get a top 5 pick unless the team completely shits the bed. So I'm all for trading picks. I think more teams need to buy in. The Timberwolves bought in with the picks. After the first year, we were saying it was a fucking fleece. And they were a series away from the finals.
Yep.
So I'm all for trading picks for players. Mikal Bridges-esque. I don't know.
That might be a little much.
It's like, I heard a lot of things about, they was going to trade 3, 4 first-round picks for OG when he was on the Raptors or Siakam.
It didn't even get close to that.
Nothing happened. A lot of these teams need to start calling bluff, man. Like, I understand you don't want to lose out. I don't think Mikal Bridges probably would have went to another team. I don't
think his market was that strong.
Yeah, I think he wanted to be on the Knicks.
That many picks off.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm all for it. I think this makes the Knicks the second best team in the East. We'll have to see if any moves get made with the Pacers or the Sixers or the Bucks. Obviously, Jalen Brunson's a great player, but besides the Pacers, I mean, you are a 6'1" guard. You're gonna need the rest of your team to go out there and match up with Giannis and B and Tatum and Brown. Like, you're not gonna go out there. You're going against their best defenders. You can't even go back and guard them. Like you gotta rely on OG and Mikal to play and be healthy. So it's gonna be tough. But I fuck with the move personally. I think it makes him, like I said, second best team in the East. It really comes down to what everybody else does in the East. Because the Celtics, like you said, make the playoffs boring. Like they were just running through everybody. It was so now we gotta damn near hope the Knicks make it to the conference finals and play them.
Yeah, that's what everybody was hoping for this year. Like, can we just root for a team that shouldn't be there? That like still a couple games. They probably not gonna win, but push the Celtics to the point where like maybe
we
they have
see
to fight for something.
So I fuck with the move though, man. I fuck with the move. We'll definitely see. It's a cool story. Have them all back together. The Knicks are deep now. They got their 2 draft picks. I think they took 2 draft picks. One guy's 18.
It was a lot of random ass trades. And I know we got a wing for sure, and I know we got a point guard for sure.
Yeah, so I'm cool with it. We'll definitely see how it pan out. Again, I think OG coming back makes it 10 times, 30 times better.
Because then we would have got rid of IQ and RJ for nothing. Then.
Yeah, damn near. Yeah, so.
Because OG didn't even play meaningful minutes in the last 3-4
played like
games.
25 to 30. I think he played 30 games, including the postseason. So.
And then saying the postseason, he broke apart. I mean, obviously, like, who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? Like, he already was way too hurt to do much of anything. The only thing I was hoping for is maybe an update for the trade. Like, maybe Nick Claxton was in it. They just forgot to put his name in there.
Yeah, type shit.
You know what I'm saying? He got a cheap-ass extension. I was like, dude.
He signed that extension to get traded. That motherfucker's not lasting a season back on the Nets. There's no way.
That's a very, very friendly contract to trade.
Yeah, that's one of those like, yo, we get you to a team you won't. You just got to take this money. You know what I mean? So, and then, Ben Simmons is out there. I mean, y'all go get Ben Simmons, $40 million.
Y'all can. I need a playmaker, right? I need a point guard, right?
I don't know, bro. Him and Zion in street clothes next to each other might be tight.
Him and Zion on the court together be nasty, man.
Fucking horrible.
I need that tonight, actually.
Bro.
Let's get that done tonight.
Hey, I want Lonzo, bro. Low key, bro. Lonzo be cheap as hell, man. They traded for Giddey. They don't need Lonzo no more, bro. Talking about Josh Giddey playing small forward. Fuck no. Put Giddey at the 1, trade Lonzo.
Not in the East, not. Because he was doing it in the West, and it ain't even that many great wings in the West like that.
He not even a defender. Like he don't got the hell no.
I don't know. I don't know what the Bulls are doing.
I don't know what the Bulls doing. I don't know what the Blazers doing. I don't know what the Pelicans doing. Like, you won't bring them or not. Like,
I feel them. I get it. I wouldn't want Brandon Ingram right now either. But their whole team is in a weird spot. Can't really call it until it gets close to the season. But if you guys did join us, drop a like for us real quick. And if you like what you're hearing, please subscribe. We appreciate our support. Before we get into this last segment, just want to give you guys a quick shout out. But Damon, we both watched The Boys, season 4, episode 5. Based off the comments, like I said, it was 2 sides of the coin. People loved episode 4; they thought it was peak. That was the best episode ever. Episode 5, motherfuckers throwing around the word mid, bad, average, build up. Now, the way I look at TV shows, like, it has to be paced right. We can't just go. You know what I'm saying? In the first 3 episodes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was good enough. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was nothing crazy. I didn't think nothing was bad. I didn't think nothing was unexplained. I didn't think nothing would caught me off guard. Episode 4 was really good, which marked the halfway point of the season. Episode 5, obviously, people throw, like I said, they throwing around the word mid. But you seem like you liked it. I liked it.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't have a problem with it. But I think it was. I think it was obviously a step down because episode 4 is so good. But that's not a bad thing. You know
it's not. I said in the video, it's really to pivot to like what we gonna see in the finale. Like now we see the direction of the finale. We see Homelander is turning against the humans. We see the Seven and everybody that's following him. We see what Victoria Newman is doing. Like this episode was the pivot.
We closed up about 2, maybe even 3 storylines.
Yeah, we closed up. Yeah, now we going straight finale work now. Now we getting like an idea what can be in the finale. The first 4 episodes, you got to think it was a 3 episode premiere. Yeah. So we got the 3 episodes in one day. We got the 4th episode, which people were saying is like the best episode of the entire show. So we knew episode 5 wasn't going to be.
For 3 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. we knew episode 5 was not going to be episode 4 level. It's pivoting, and so we got a clear view of what the finale is going to be like. So I didn't mind episode 5. I fucked with it.
Yeah. So we talk about a couple things that happened. What'd you think of Homelander and Ryan bonding, quote unquote? I mean, I know it's the first topic that you had in your review video. I'll start real quick though. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was more weird that Ryan just popped back up.
I was gonna say that the execution of I did not like the execution.
The first 20 minutes was poorly executed. I'll be honest, it was slow. A lot of it, I'm just like, what did I miss? I'm like, I'm watching the TV. I'm like, I'm paying attention. I'm locked in. I'm like, am I missing something? Like, did Ryan just come? Like, when did he come back? When did, you know what I'm saying? When did we go on this journey? And with what's the boys? Obviously, like, when do we get to the you know, like how do we get to, like, we just go right to Stan Edgar? You know what I'm saying? Like, when do we get on?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
was,
I think it's just all over the place. But how did you feel about Homelander and Ryan's bonding once it actually kicked in?
I think this would have been better if it was in episode 6 and you kind of built up more of their relationship in episode 5, because we haven't seen Ryan since episode 3. Yeah. So you got a whole episode of Homelander doing his own thing in his own brain, his own mind. Like, we don't know what Ryan is doing. And the last time they left off that we seen on camera, they left off on bad terms.
Horrible terms.
So the fact that that's what I'm saying. The fact that you come back episode 5 and now Ryan is like listening to everything he's saying,
drinking
like,
a milkshake and shit,
like manipulating other humans, and like the first scene was cool with him like asking Ryan like, do he want to do it, and he really don't. Like, Ryan never been the type to like do the fake saves and the. Like, he sees right through the bullshit. Homelander is now like seeing it from Ryan's point of view, but in a twisted way. So he's twisting Ryan's point of view and mindset. But like, I wish they would have led that up and built that up better, as opposed to just bam, it's right there. Like,
I feel like, I think also the other thing, it was not just that Ryan popped up. It was like Homelander just acting normal. Like, nobody knows you did nothing on the news, no nothing. We don't get no, like, oh, what did he do? Where was he at?
Yeah. Sage questioned him.
Where was you at during, you know, like Firecracker even, like, where are you at when Starlight, did you see what happened with Starlight? Like, it was no follow up to that on his end. Obviously we get like the baby killer and all the bullshit that they wrote on her wall and Satan and whatnot. Like, why is Homelander not commenting on that? Like, why is that not his main focus? I think, like you said, I think they I guess he just the whole
don't care. That's what I'm saying. I guess he just don't care. That. Like, we gotta assume he don't care about that no more.
Yeah, but it's like to assume that he don't give a fuck.
But it's like, as somebody as big as Homelander's stature, like, I guess you don't want to question him much because he's Homelander. But it's just tough, like that Ryan and Homelander aspect. I feel like they could have built that up a little bit better. Yeah,
I think they mishandled that for sure. I think that's mainly what people are kind of upset about, because the use of Homelander in this episode, based off the last time we seen him covered in blood. Like, we couldn't see him walking in, you know, the vault tower covered in blood. You know, people look at him crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, something small. Don't gotta be no long ass segment when he have a conversation with Ashley and all that. Just have him walk in. You know what I'm saying? He tracking up the blood. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the fact that he called out A-Train in the last scene, I hate to jump around, but he called out A-Train in the last scene. Why? You would have thought that maybe, you know, that the V was gone. You know, there's something. You know what I'm saying? It's a random call out. I don't know what Sage might have told. A lot of the Homelander stuff this episode was definitely off base and kind of weird. And just
I see, but then again, like, you gotta assume that either Sage told Homelander about A-Train, or he kind of, because you got that like, or his powers is like, okay, A-Train is guilty of something. Like, I need him to prove his worth to me. But like, if you are trying to take over the world, why do you care about A-Train's worth? Like,
that's what I'm
you
saying.
Got Ryan now. Like
Ryan, you already took that step to mentally get rid of all the BS in your mind, which is holding you back. We didn't see no step up from that.
Yeah,
we almost seen 1,000 steps back. We seen the human side of him again. You know what I'm saying? Him being happy that him and Ryan are bonding. Yep. You would have thought that had been out of sight, out of mind for him now. That, like, all right, Ryan's gone, I'll focus on my own shit now. But like I said, I think they mishandled the whole Homelander in this episode. Maybe I think that's where people are more or less coming from, because he is the main star of the show. He got the most screen time last episode. He usually does get the most screen time. I guess we could talk about Ryan deciding that, I guess that's what a real save is to him. I don't understand
I
how
don't.
that.
It's
How
like
we
it happened. Like it skipped too much.
When do we get
you
there?
You was just with Butcher, and Butcher telling you how bad his father is, and like
when did we get there,
these
man?
evil things that your father do, and now you're doing the evil things. Like just, I get it. Like Ryan wants a dad or like a parent figure, but it's the switch happened dumb quick. Like
it
all
was
because
like no resistance.
You know what I mean?
Like it wasn't like, all right, like stop. Like all right, like all right, I don't want him to you know what I'm saying? I don't want him to go too crazy. And like, all right, let's say he like the dude was weird. Obviously, he's making the girlfriend uncomfortable, but he's letting the girl like beat up on him, and he's just chilling. And it's like, I thought you just wanted a real save 3 minutes ago.
Exactly. Like what?
You didn't do anything.
Like now you listening to what
the fuck are you doing?
You're not questioning what Homelander won't or saying anymore, all because you didn't want to do the fucking TV show or commercial, whatever. Because he listened to what you had to say. Now you doing shit like that. Like I don't know.
It was weird, and obviously, we already knew that Homelander and Ryan would obviously rekindle, and you know what I'm saying, potentially have a good relationship, because it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, that's not his son. That's like not his father. You know, the dynamic is always going to be there. Their relationship is always going to be weird now already, because he missed so much of his childhood. He's trying to make up for lost time, but it's not in the best interest the way he's trying to make up lost time. So I don't know. I mean, I try to not really ignore it, but like kind of be like, all right, maybe I missed something. Maybe they'll go back and explain it. You know, maybe I have to keep open mind to it. But from what I've seen, something got skipped in there.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't see it. Maybe I already watched it. Maybe I don't know. Something got skipped in there. We're just like, Ryan's back. Ryan's want a real save. Doesn't get a real save. He just tells the woman to beat him up. You didn't do nothing. You just
listen to your
woman.
dad. That's what I'm saying. Your dad told you what to do, and now you telling them what to do. I don't know.
But we had a familiar face return. Stan Edgar returns. Giancarlo Esposito's character, as chilling as always, you know, and as good as he's always been. He returns, and obviously, Mother's Milk and Butcher offer him the chance to be exonerated and also get the custody of Zoe. I think that's her name, Zoe.
Yeah.
We seen a glimpse of Zoe's power with the shit coming out of her mouth.
Yeah, fucking a fish or something. I don't know what she is. A fish.
Biting, just tearing people up. He has no idea this happened. That Victoria Newman, which is his daughter, gave her the Compound V to save her, or you know what I'm saying, or to protect her. So with Stan Edgar's return, I wouldn't say it was underwhelming, because the final scene of what we seen, I thought it was leading up to like, all right, well, he returned for no reason. They are about to send his ass back to jail. Like, damn, we just got one episode of Giancarlo Esposito. Like, for what? Like, wasted our damn time. But the final scene, obviously, we see Victoria Newman pops the head of the driver who's taking him back to jail. And now it seems like they're about to be on the same page. Even though he already betrayed her, quote unquote, by taking the boys to her complex or whatever, that she was testing on whatever they were doing down there. I'm assuming that's where they were making the virus.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that what she was trying to do down there is find something to like a backup plan for Homelander. Like if Homelander goes rogue, like you got a fucking farm of animals with Compound V to like attack him. But even he told you like, yo, straight up, like Bot's been protecting him. Like there's nothing stopping him from doing what he want. Like there's nothing, like these chickens and fucking ghosts and shit is not gonna stop him. So I think that dynamic is what made him mad. My only issue with that part of like Stan Agner and them being there, was like the quick, like the betrayal of all the characters. Like they were too edgy.
It was like I was missing something, because like a lot of stuff was happening so fast, and it was so tense, but like it was missing like the feeling, like for me. Because, like, I'm like, all right, what caused us to get to this point?
Yeah,
like why is Butcher ready to just give, like, fuck it? Like, if you die, you die. Like, all right, let's calm the fuck down.
Yeah,
let's at least try it. If
like,
we
it was too many standoffs. Yeah. Like, you had Stan Agner, I think they had a deal, and then Victoria Newman randomly brings up that Butcher was going to sell out Starlight.
Like,
and Starlight and Butcher.
Fuck did that come from?
You know
when that conversation happened, I'm like, when?
Like
what the fuck?
Like, I know that Butcher. I think it was the first episode. Butcher was gonna give information about Starlight to like get the virus or like keep Ryan safe.
It was that was the first conversation that they had. It was like basically like, like we need each other kind of thing. Like Victoria and Butcher kind of was like, fuck it, like we don't need her.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like if you have the original, like okay, Victoria Newman's keeping him around because she doesn't want to be exposed to soup. If you had that plot point right then and there, you do not need these other ones. You don't need these other like okay, Butcher knows, or everybody on the boys knows she can't kill him. Like they're basically using it as blackmail.
They literally
you don't need the other shit though. You don't need the Butcher, you were trying to sell out Starlight. They're already beefing. Like that's not really pushing nothing. You don't need the Stan Edgar or Victoria sold out Stan Edgar. Like you don't need these points.
You don't need that.
Y'all all need each other.
That's his daughter, and then he has that care for her. Just already be like that's his conflict interest right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They all need each other. So
like,
I don't get the...
Butcher wants his compound V to stop holding her. He'll stop at anything. You don't need that. Oh, he was about to sell you out. That was however long ago. But we in episode 5, he randomly brings up the virus. Where what did I miss? Like he just comes in like I got something. He was like we got a virus, and it's like no you don't. And it's like yeah we do. It just whatever like Victoria was having such and such do this and all, all this bullshit. And it's like we going through all this. This is episode 5.
Yeah, if you would have mentioned it in previous episodes.
If you would mentioned episode fucking 1, like I know you got a virus. Like Victoria said, we gotta work together. Well, I know you got the virus.
Oh, I think he did say something. I think he did.
And it's
he mentioned it, but he
why
never.
Why don't you mention it to the boys too?
Yeah.
Why is it? Let's have the suicide mission first, and then another suicide mission before we like. All right, well.
Yeah.
We got the virus.
We do got this virus that I've been.
Because I almost got choked out and fucking died. But now I can mention the virus. It's like you went through a lot to go through for a little bit, and then now you end up as only one more dose left. Obviously, we get to the last scene that we did see with Butcher and whatnot. But I did. It was something happened.
And then another thing,
see it. Deleted scenes or something.
That's what I'm saying. Another thing, like okay, you brought up the virus in episode 1 to her, but like even if because you gotta think they was pushing him away. Even if he kept trying to mention like there's a virus that could kill Soups, there's a virus that could kill Soups. Like even if you kept trying to mention that and they kept like pushing it to the side, you're not really part of the group. That'd have been more like reasonable.
You create that dynamic.
Yeah, you come in episode 5. I guess you're a part of the group now, and then you say that, and then you see how Kamiko and Starlight was looking like, oh shit, like this could fuck us up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if he fuck us up? That's what I thought. That's when he said like he like to get rid of Soups. He's like the two Soups look at him like, what you mean get rid of Soups?
Like,
Is it get rid of Homelander or get rid of Soups? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing here? So I mean, I think that dynamic is always going to come into play. Hopefully we don't see Kamiko or Starlight accidentally get injected by this. The V'd up animals, it was a storyline, like you said. The dynamic that they were playing around with was a little random. I thought the scenes with the animals were cool enough. I didn't think it was gonna last the whole episode for them. But obviously we got like sheep and cows, and I think that might have been it. Just the sheep and the cows, like basically tearing up humans. Yeah,
tearing shit up. The only thing that I didn't like gravitate more towards is because it's the fucking main characters. We know nobody not gonna get. That's why I'm like, you got the possibility that somebody could, but
that's why I was like, I said the only person I could see down here is probably Stan Edgar.
Maybe that, so. But like, you know what I mean?
Obviously, the V'd up animals. I thought that would be a bigger thing based off the trailer. We did see it. The execution wasn't the greatest. I think their journey throughout and how everything went out along in the end made it all worth it, obviously. But the journey throughout was like kind of bumpy, and then the V'd up animals is like, well. The V'd up animal is like at this exit sign. Like y'all can't see it, but the exit sign is like maybe like 10 steps away from me right now. The way I'm looking at it. That's where the fucking flying sheep is at. How the fuck do I run to fucking George's damn near and he can't find me, but he finds the random secretary with what I'm saying, like with Victoria Newman and rips her up. I get it. It's plot armor. You don't want to kill nobody. But why even have that?
Yeah, just
why haven't had that moment if you're not
had the moment at one time, then they stuck in the farm, then they try to plot and escape.
Yeah, I think they should have been stuck in the farm longer, not go from farm to farm. You know what I'm saying? Like to each barn is just like it's just something new, But we do meet Samir, which is ironically Victoria Newman's boyfriend, husband, father of her daughter, Zoe. He mentions that there's only one more dose of the virus and whatnot, and this is where the stalemate happens. And I think it's interesting to note that we do have a random weird moment with Butcher and Starlight, where obviously Starlight's on the side of let's protect everybody. Butcher just doesn't give a fuck. Happens out of nowhere, obviously, but we know that's gonna go more into the next few episodes because she was very vocal about it, and she already said even before that it's desperate for you to even try to get this virus, let alone now you did what you did. I said, well, I want to touch on the end because it's very important, obviously, but we get the Samir, reveal and whatnot, and I think it almost added nothing at the time because we're just looking at him like, okay, you're Zoe's dad. You want us to feel something like you want us to feel something that's not there. Like, is y'all gonna get out this fucking farm or what? You know what I'm saying? Like, is somebody gonna come save you? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it was a lot going on in the farm. The Samir reveal was not crazy or nothing. It was a reveal. And the desperation of each character comes into play. Like some of them want to live and fight another day, as they probably should. But Butcher is like survival of the fittest, Darwinism. Like, fucking run if you can't run. And Stan Edgar's like, I can't outrun him. I almost fucking. I was already like, let's take a break in the first place. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But not too much to really talk about the beat up animals in that reveal. But I wanna switch something around because I talked about I want to just switch around because it's on the same path. Frenchie storyline was really good. It's been good. It's almost wrapped up, but not really because obviously why it can't be wrapped up. But we got him. He goes in his box and he picks up the Catholic like bracelet or necklace, whatever it was, and I thought it was just like. I thought it was fake. I thought it was like something he collected from one of the dead bodies that he's killed. That's what I thought it was. But I mean, obviously he has like prior knowledge to like the Catholic beliefs and things like that, and confessing his sins. So he's talking to Starlight. Him and Starlight, I think, having their maybe one and only real heart to heart ever. Say it's always him and Kamiko. He can't talk to Kamiko because he's scared that she won't forgive him or will forgive him. You know what I'm saying? Like both the contracts is weird. So I want to ask you, how do you feel about Frenchie's whole dynamic through this episode? Because I think he was one of the few bright spots in this episode compared to everything else that happened.
Yeah. I would say, first of all, I was shocked that he turned himself in. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not shocked, but like, I'm shocked he went to those measures like at that so fast. What did I miss? That's what I'm saying. I don't know what that accomplishes. Like,
last time we seen him on screen, he told a joke.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, I don't know. I feel like that probably makes it worse. Like, now you're sitting there with your guilt. Like, at least when you're out with your peoples, like, you feel valued or somewhat. Colin is not going to forgive you. Nobody's going to forgive you for going to jail. You don't help nobody going to prison. I mean, yeah, you committed the murders and you feel, some type of way for these families and stuff like that. But you look at Kamiko, like, you're all what Kamiko got. Like, you got... She loves obviously the boys, but like you and her are that 1-2 punch. Yep. Like, and you saying that you're scared to talk to her, but you talk to Starlight. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if anything with Kamiko, like, yeah, y'all 1-2 punch, and you admire her a little bit more than the rest of the group, but she's done some bad things too.
Yeah, that's why I think it would be best if you went to somebody that already went through something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Starlight, obviously Starlight is coming out. The news is coming out of what she's done. And, obviously Butcher is whatever. So if you think out of all people, she's the one that's not going to forgive you, is crazy. Like, everybody else probably, I mean, okay, you kill people. We all kill people. Yep. I thought if anybody, it would be Starlight will be the one. That is true,
though. Everybody's killed somebody.
Did some worse, some horrible shit. Like, y'all
every single person in that group.
Even Stan Edgar said, I don't know how y'all are alive. Y'all are a group of horrible people. Yep. Like, y'all group, besides Mother's Milk, who... Even then, he was finna fucking risk everybody's life to kill Soulja Boy. Y'all are a group of horrible people. So the fact that you don't think you're gonna get forgiveness out of her, I don't. Again, he said he didn't even know if he wanted forgiveness. like, I don't know. I feel like that was just a drastic thing to do. I think somebody gonna bail him out or probably like come to his senses.
Yeah.
He's valuable to the team. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's
Because I would say it confused you because like everybody, like literally everybody has killed somebody. You were literally in the same building while Kimiko's killing everybody in that building while you're sitting there hallucinating.
and y'all have killed Soups. Y'all killed somebody from the 7.
All right.
Like, and you were a part of that.
Like y'all have been there. Y'all have done that. So the fact that Colin was, his tick where he couldn't process it. I mean, obviously, the feelings there and the fact that, he can't stand to look at him and, he wanted to die. Now you go from wanting to die to just wanting to go to jail. Just kind of, not kind of, very different. You know what I'm saying? If you want to die, then you know what I'm saying, you kind of risk your life about it. Like you would think he would have been on the side of Butcher in the end, where it's like, all right, well, it don't matter, or I'll distract him, or I'll make the sacrifice.
I think the only problem is that Kamiko's is like partner and Kamiko's fucking invincible. So it's like you runs into the fire, Kamiko comes out there, dies, essentially gets her head or arm chopped off, and she grows a fucking new one. So I feel like that's probably the only way was to escape from Kamiko and then do your own thing to where you feel like you benefit. Because I mean, realistically, you can't be a sacrifice with her around. She can't die. Yeah. Like, and you have Soups around you. You have a team that protect you. Yeah. So if you felt like you had to do this alone, I guess that's the best way to do it in prison. Like, nobody else is going to turn themselves in. Butcher would not dare to walk in there. You know what I'm saying?
He might not never know what a cop look like for real.
You know what I mean? So it's like, so I guess I feel like if you feel like that's your best way to cope with what you did, then so be it. But we y'all know the boy's not going to let you do that. And we predicted they were going to take a break. I didn't know Frenchie was going to be the only one that left, but...
Yeah, I thought the whole group was dysfunctional. It was beyond repair.
And now Starlight can't use her powers either. Like,
she can't get it up. I guess that's the thing. That was Victoria's Newman thing. You can't.
So you punch her for saying that though?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, but you still can't use your powers. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what can you really do to me? You already can't do nothing to me. So the fact you can't use your powers already tell me that, like, you're fucked up. But to get into one of our biggest storylines, something we've been following for a long time, and are very, very theorized about. The Huey and Huey Sr. and his mom thing. Now, this might be a stretch, but I'll say it, and I'll let you talk about it too. But I still do not think his mom is real. But secondly, I thought Huey Sr.'s power was insane, and a reflection of how he was feeling is very, very deep. And I'm wondering if that has something to do with a lot of the powers that come from the 7 in general. Maybe that's how, like, where their somebody's weakness is coming from their strength or whatever, something along those lines. I think it's very interesting that he was feeling like he was invincible. He turned invincible, running through walls and shit, and then now, you know what I'm saying, he can't deal with the fact that he was left behind, and he feels that way, so he just went on this killing rampage, almost like zombie-like, where he's like ripping hearts out and shit. But he doesn't know what he's doing because he's kind of a trance or whatnot. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Like I say, his powers were really a reflection of how he was feeling. He was feeling invisible, like he couldn't fucking process that. But the fact that he said that Huey was 11 or 12, something like that. I forgot what he said his age was. And when he says that, I'm like, maybe his brain is stuck in that moment because he's feeling so much anger about that, and maybe his brain is stuck in 12 years ago, 13, however old Huey is now. So if your brain is stuck there where, like, that's the anger where you're coming from, you're going to be seeing things that would have been there 11, 12, whatever year, how many years ago. So now I look at it like, all right, well, if he's still, like, if Huey's mom is still the only person that's interacted with the people in the room, with Huey Jr., obviously, and Huey Sr., how can we know if she's real or not? We don't even know what Huey Sr. was doing was real, technically still. It still could be a whole hallucination. So the whole overall, like, Huey story still going on. But the fact that he had to kill his dad is an insane moment for him because now he literally has nobody.
Yep.
well, and Starlight's going off, on a deep end basically, and they haven't really had much interaction this season. They're clearly drifting. They're probably gonna both snap in their own respective ways. But how do you feel about the whole Huey Senior getting the powers and Huey Junior having to kill?
Well, I thought he was gonna break out the hospital. Like I thought they were gonna drag it on a little bit longer.
He was getting out of there too.
So I'm like, damn, like he's going berserk, like he's going crazy, killing people and shit. Obviously, at the end he said he didn't want to feel that way, like he feel like he couldn't control himself, and Huey made that decision. But it's just interesting that he still like we're forgetting things, like he was still forgetting like Huey was his son and stuff like that. I just want to know like why that specific moment does he remember of Huey? Like is that when Huey's mom left him?
It has to be
like,
the exact
or
day.
last time they talked to him.
I think that's the exact day that she left, and then this would be his anger towards her knowing that she left. I feel like that's the only explanation.
And then again, Huey's mom has not interacted with nobody else on the boys. And it's crazy we're talking about hallucinations because Butcher, I think Butcher's is like the person that Butcher's talking to was like 99.5% of hallucination. Like you literally see Samir looking at him like he's doing this, like looking at who the fuck is Butcher looking at talking to?
Who the hell you
so
looking back at?
Even if Huey's
It's
mom,
like he looked at the doors, like he left the door because Butcher keep looking at the door. He keep looking like,
that's what I'm saying. Like
he's like, that's how you do it. Like, yeah, that's how we do it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, the fuck is going on?
Like, well, yeah, I'm about to die. I'm dead. Yeah,
like,
I'm
the
fucking
fuck
dead.
is he looking at? So even if Huey's mom is real, like the fact that he sacrificed himself for her is again character development. Like now you looking at her and Starlight is like the main two women of his life. Like so I mean he protected her. I want to if she's not real, like that would be fucking heartbreaking for him.
Yeah, he would have
like,
no
that
shit'd
be awful. So I want to see now that he's dead. Like, what does she do? Like, does she go back to Vought? Is she a real person? Like, what happens to like maybe he was hallucinating this because he wanted somebody in his corner when his dad was fighting a coma. Now that he's gone, like, does she just stop showing up? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, was she just like if she is a hallucination, like, wouldn't she just disappear?
That's what I'm saying. Like she just,
like
or like maybe she. Like I'm saying, maybe he'll try to hang out with her and like she never shows and like she feels betrayed again. Like stuff like that. Like that could possibly happen in the next few episodes. But I think like if she really is real, it's just interesting to see how their dynamic is gonna be. Cause it's tough to think that they're still gonna be. I think the dad connected them too.
Yeah.
And, obviously Huey is going to be, upset. And she's going to be upset for him. So, it'd be interesting to see the dynamic between those two if she is real.
Yeah.
But, again,
if she's real. I mean, I'm still on the fence.
That still confirms, like, Butcher's is definitely a hallucination.
Yeah,
like,
that motherfucker tweaking.
That motherfucker's wild, and he got motherfuckers.
They ain't even hiding his shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy shit going on. So, I'm excited to see it.
I think the dialogue is the most important because he asked when she goes to the bathroom, he's like, "Where'd your mom go?" And he was like, "She went to the bathroom. Don't you remember?" He's like, "Oh yeah, you're right." And it's like clearly he don't remember because the only thing you can think about is that like, where did she go? Yeah. I'm only processing now because now it's getting throughout the day, and now I'm starting to realize that she ain't coming back. So where did she go is a different question because he's recognizing, Huey as a young boy because he said, like, you're young, you know what I'm saying? You're still a kid. You latch on to people. He's talking to him as, like, he's a young man. Like, he'll say, like, 11, 12, however old, like, 11 years old he said he was. That's how he's talking to him. That's how he's visioning him. That's how he's visioning him in that moment. He's trying to tell him, like, well, you don't need, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you don't need to latch on to anybody.
Yep.
But naturally, as an 11-year-old boy, like, what is he going to do?
Yeah.
The last time he seen his mom, he was dropping her off at school. And now, you know what I'm saying, like, now his dad is trying to basically having the same conversation he would have been having after his mom is gone. And then him seeing his mom or hallucinating with him, you know what I'm saying? Because they both took V, a type of V. So, like, it could be the same thing. So, like, that's why I don't think, like, whatever the hell happened in that room is between Huey and Huey himself.
And even then, like, when he first woke up, he's not asking no questions. Like, they're just talking like it's some normal
having the most
shit.
casual conversation I've ever seen in my life.
For her to be
I
going
thought
all
I
this
missed
time,
y'all. I'm saying, like, the whole episode, I'm like, yo, what did I miss?
Like, they have casual ass conversation, like nothing, like of that nature. Like either explain a backstory, like okay, maybe they were in contact prior to him having that stroke, but they didn't even say that. Like he just woke up and they were having casual conversation. I'm like,
that's why I'm still on the fence because the conversation wasn't
like where you been,
came.
like.
I'm glad you're here for Huey. I'm glad you're here for me as well. You know what I'm saying?
And even then, Huey, I remember when Huey was like, why did you put her on there? And I think he said something like, oh, just wishful thinking. Or like, he said something like, oh, because I know that if it came down to it, you wouldn't do it. Like, you wouldn't, you know, if you needed to pull the plug, you wouldn't do it. Like, you didn't do it with the cat.
And then in the end, he literally is the reason that his dad passes. Because, and it's ironic because she also said that, like, it fell out your pocket. Like, the V fell out your pocket. I thought that's what you wanted. And now, like you said, he has somebody to blame now.
That's what I'm saying.
It would never have fallen out of his pocket. How could it have fallen out of his pocket? So that's why I'm like, I'm still on the fence about it. I still think that Huey's hallucinating all this. His storyline is really fucking good. I ain't gonna lie. I think the whole storyline with him is gonna continue. It didn't really get wrapped up. Huey Senior's character is gone. Simon Pegg, who is a good actor. They kind of wasted him as a character in general. I feel like for being as big an actor as he is, but we'll see how that goes. And maybe this is all hallucination. Maybe he ain't dead. Maybe he's still in the hospital bed, just chilling, and he hallucinating that bad. But last but not least, Butcher gets desperate. After everything happened with the whole farm escape and whatnot, they inject one of the guys that died in the farm. They said, well, if you let the animals eat him up, maybe they'll die from the virus. And that was their thinking because they drink and eat blood basically just chew up the body. So they do that. They leave the farm. They have a stalemate with one of the sheep or whatever, and he starts throwing up the blood, and then he passes out. Which basically is signifying that the virus does work. It worked pretty fast. And that was the last of it, according to Samir. Now, as they're escaping, randomly, somehow, I didn't see it.
Samir is gone.
He's nowhere to be found. Victoria's freaking out. And they deliver half of his leg. Not even half his leg. They like the knee down. And now you're wondering, well, if they tearing up bodies like this, it can't be a way that his leg just got preserved somehow. If he got torn up. We would have heard it, would have seen it.
It wouldn't be a clean cut.
It wouldn't be clean down the middle. So Victoria's freaking out. She's not happy. So she's about to get desperate as well. As we talked about earlier, she blows up the head of Stan Edgar's driver because now she needs somebody in her corner. After her life kind of just fell apart. So we go back to the farm and Samir is tied up and he's with Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character. Forget his fucking name because he only been on screen like twice. His name like Joe or something like that. And his character, who's clearly a hallucination, has to be. I think Butcher might even killed him by accident or some shit. I think that's one of his demons that he's trying to fight. And he's saying that this is how I used to do it. This is how I used to do business. And Butcher is like, they're agreeing, they're talking, and he's telling Samir like, you're about to go to work. And Samir's like, I can become my leg, but what do you mean work? And like, you're about to make another virus. And that's the end of the episode. So based off Butcher's interaction with Samir, how do you think this is gonna go with overweight Victoria when she finds out that Samir is still alive?
If the scene that happened where he stomped on the bunny, or I don't know, the V bunny, whatever, if that didn't happen to where it's like, okay, this motherfucker might be a suit, I'll be like, okay, he's like, why? Like, you're wilding. Like, you are. I would say that. And another thing, he's been going at Homelander. So I feel like any other suit besides Homelander is nothing to him. Like, he don't give a fuck. Like, he's fearless like that. Like, that's what make Butcher. So at first I'm like, damn, he going at Victoria Newman. But I'm thinking like, yo, he's been going at fucking Homelander this whole time. The strongest suit in the fucking world. Yeah. So I don't think he cares about the repercussions of attacking Victoria Newman's husband or boyfriend, whatever the case may be. This is how he used to do things. Like, he fucking got translucent, kidnapped, whatever. So, he's reckless like this. Like, he do some reckless ass shit. I don't know if he's gonna be able to make another virus. He probably worked with a team. Like, I don't know. I'm
saying, like, it seemed like he had a team.
That's what I'm saying. So like I don't know what the case.
A large scale team. You know what I'm saying? Where they all, tested several things. He said, I don't know how fast the virus works. It's different every time. Showing that the virus is not good.
That's what I'm saying. You damn near
It's
gotta kill
not-
him.
Like you might inject it in Homelander and it might not work, or it might be a slow death kind of thing, or it might take years, or it might, you know what I'm saying, or it might take minutes. You just never know. So the fact that that's even happening, and the fact that he went above and beyond to get desperate like that and kidnap him and cut his leg off, pretend he died. That's a whole nother
I'm saying
thing.
it's like you have to kill him after this. You can't
Yeah,
bring. There's
you
no
can't.
coming back to that. There's no coming back. So I don't know. That's it's interesting. I think he keeps this away from the group.
Oh yeah, this
he
is not.
has to keep.
I
This is
think
his
the only
own.
way somebody find out is if Victoria starts digging around, asking questions. Because she presumes that his leg. I mean, the fact that Butcher got the cop to do that is already like, all right, what the fuck is going on? Like, how does that? How do you how do you even get that chance to do that? And all that chaos, and obviously, you know, maybe you assume that the virus wasn't going to work. You had a chance to make this happen. Whatever the case it be, maybe I missed something within a couple seconds where he fucking just takes a slice of him, ties his mouth up, throws him in a corner, and he's silent for the next however many hours.
Cause he could really bluff with this. Like if a super try to come at him, like yo, I got this virus, I can kill you. Like
Yeah,
So
this
he
is
could
this
bluff.
is his this is his card that he can play this card whenever he wants. So I get the fact that he's doing it, but odds are he's gonna make a virus that's not gonna work. I don't think that virus is gonna work, and I think he's gonna fuck up, and I think it's gonna cost somebody their life. That's probably the most likely thing that's gonna happen. Whose life is gonna cost? I don't know. Nobody wants to die. Want to kill nobody. Obviously, with all these traumatic and random ass.
And even if you
situations.
get close to home, like even if you get this virus, how are you gonna get close to Homelander? He
That's
don't
you
give a
got
fuck
it.
no more.
It can only it was like what blood, saliva, and semen. Some bodily fluids.
You know what I'm saying? So you will have to
You gotta go
like
hard.
you have to like shoot a fucking tranquilizer or something crazy at him for it to work.
Gotta get
Like,
while he sleeps.
you know what I mean? Like you gotta do
Odds are
something
you're not
crazy.
getting
Like you know what I'm saying? And he don't take that suit off, so it might have armor type shit. Like you know what I mean? So I don't know how they gonna get it on a Homelander, but like he don't give a fuck. Like he will kill Butcher now. Like he used to care. Like I can't kill Butcher in broad daylight. I can't kill him. Like I got this image. He don't care now. He would kill Butcher, especially over Ryan. He will. The only way Butcher stays alive is if Ryan protects him. That's the only way.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, or his powers that he has when he blacks out, maybe, but I don't think Homelander's not the type to choke you out or make you black out. He's gonna just laser you. So. Man, I don't
That
know.
nigga,
How
that motherfucker throw probably 4 punches all his whole career, about 4 5 punches.
Like, I just don't see it coming down to a situation where the virus does work in the season. I think and to touch on one thing, the appearance of Sam McCate was underwhelming. So maybe this episode was mid. Maybe it was. Maybe it was.
It happened. You know what I mean? They were on the screen. They
were there. I thought they'd have a little bit more resistance. I don't know if they were part of beating on.
I think
I
seen only Firecracker. I know
I seen
Kate
only
said,
Firecracker come up and kick him.
Yeah.
And then you just hear the punches and all like blood splash.
Like Sam asked Homelander a question and Kate said, "Yeah, we'll do whatever you say, Homelander," and that was it for them. Like.
And Sam looks out of it completely to the point where like he looks brainwashed.
Yeah,
he didn't say nothing.
Like he's questioning anything.
He's usually a very talkative. He always asking questions. He's always wants to know something. He's a loose cannon. He's never controlled. He was very controlled in this situation. He was allowed to be on stage. Obviously, they don't know about the things that he's done, but I say their appearance was pretty.
I think Sage, because I wanted to touch on, like, I think Sage is losing her grip. Like I said in the video,
not swear.
I
the
she
same thing.
lost her shit in a minute because you gotta think you got Deep, who Deep was trying to throw his weight around. Motherfuckers instantly brought up the octopus and all this and that. Like,
shut that nigga down.
Shut him down quick as hell.
Shut
Firecracker
his ass down.
don't trust her no more.
Yep. And she
Homelander don't listen.
To beat her ass
I'm
too.
about to say, yeah, Homelander don't listen to her no more. A-Train is trying to go out there. Like, she's losing her touch quick as fuck. Like, quick. So she's gonna get desperate. I can see her either bringing the other Gen V characters out, or she got to go at Kate and Sam. She got to split them up somehow and get one of them to go, like, to break up the group within. Because you can't go to A-Train. A-Train's trying to kill you. Like, y'all two are battling. Homelander is done listening to her. Like, he don't care about the public image. As far as he's concerned, Firecracker is there for a publicity stunt, and the publicity stunt he don't care about. So you dead ass like
he
Sage.
didn't really talk about it either.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Sage plan is crumbling like very quick.
Yep.
So
she wasn't highlighted much this episode, but that's why I thought the same way. Like, all right, maybe she's about to get desperate her damn self because realistically, she's not looking too good from what I've seen. It looked like everybody's against her. She got like a lot of enemies now. It's not this. You can manipulate all of us. Like Firecracker seen right through it afterwards. Like you got me beat up, but at the end of the day, like my wounds healed.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying. You don't have any physical power, so if I wanted to take you wherever and beat the shit out of you, you couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you got to think she needs human. Like she don't realize she needs humans like to be effective because the being the smartest human or smartest person in the world that works when trying to manipulate the humans and that aspect of the world. If it's all Soups and Homelander taking over, why the fuck what are you gonna tell me? Like what
I'm
am
saying,
I
like
listen?
You really would have had to. She would have had to snitch and say that he wasn't the leak. Now he killed 2 people that he thought was the leak already, so obviously he's not gonna be scared to kill a third. But that's pretty interesting knowing that he thinks that he's killed 2 of the leaks now, or both the leaks, or whatever the leak, the main leak, the biggest part.
And even then, Ashley the one that set him up, the dude up.
So she's helping A-Train, but obviously that now that Sage knows, I think her only power play is going to be to snitch on A-Train. And I don't think A-Train dies this episode, but I think we get Homelander zeroing in on A-Train. And that's going to come to a head probably in the finale. Since we're already in episode 5 and he still has not came at A-Train about the Compound V missing and whatnot. He's not the leak as of right now, so.
But like, what does she gain out of like ratting out A-Train? Like, she got to find something to
trust
gain.
Again, I would say.
Yeah, but it's like I don't think he like I think he got Ryan.
I don't think he cares in the terms of like obviously like, well, this is a leak that he just doesn't he didn't want out. Like that was the thing, he didn't want out. But now he said he don't care about the puppet image. It's like I think it's more or less just like the trust issues. Like he can't trust you in the building, so now you got to get the fuck out. So when he zeroes in on A-Train,
That's how desperate you get.
I think that's just going to be her trying to get his trust back. But if we recall, excuse me, the reason why Marie and the rest of the university are all in that spot is because she turned on Soups. So if you turn on another Soup, it's like, how would that make you look?
Exactly. So
it might not even make you look good.
Yeah, so
it might make you look worse.
That's what I'm saying. It might look because you gotta think A-Train and Sage go way back. I think Homelander only recruited Sage should have 7 because A-Train said no. Like originally in the room said no.
Yep.
So he was like, why would you say no? That's why he was so intrigued with her. But if now Sage turned on A-Train, like, okay, didn't y'all know each other? Like y'all went way back.
So this is why he said no. So who I'm gonna go with my day one, or I'm gonna go with I'm saying this random woman who's clearly trying to manipulate all of us. Maybe get her out the way, and like I said, maybe her death is gonna be him trying to laser her eyes off or whatever, and she grows them back.
Yep.
Because that's one of her main abilities is that she can grow back her brain.
Because I think Homeland is gonna see her useless. Like you're not stronger than me, and I don't care about the public image. Yeah. What do you?
It should be. It should be interesting. Episode 6, like I said, a lot of people call this a build-up episode. That's fair because it ended a lot of storylines and it's building into the finale. We got 3 episodes remaining as quick as that came. Obviously, I'm saying we had a 3-episode premiere, but to see that it's only 8 episodes, things got to pick up a little bit. I mean, it's fine having a builder episode and whatnot, but now we got to have that conversation between Homelander and A-Train, Homelander and Butcher, you know what I'm saying, and more. Obviously, Starlight trying to get her powers back. Frenchie's about to go to jail. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. So I don't know how they wrap it all up in a good pace, but 3 episodes, a sprint, it's gonna be hard to maintain.
Yep.
In that. So
definitely.
We'll see how that goes. I ain't got nothing else to add though.
No, I think we touched on everything.
Yeah.
Even the sage part. I'm trying to think of anything else.
Like I said, the salmon cake was.
Salmon cake, they was there.
Unfortunately, but they were there.
Black Noir was a no-show.
Nowhere to be found again.
Nowhere to be found. I don't think he was in the room.
I don't
during
know if that fight in that trailer is real now. Like I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't even care.
Yeah,
I think that might be her last. That might be her last desperate. Actually, it's talking to Black Noir. Maybe
that's what I'm saying. But even then, I'm what I'm hearing is he's an actor, so he's not a suit.
But him getting instructions like this is your role to go kill Butcher. Maybe he's like, all right, well.
Yeah, this my part to prove.
That's my point.
Because I think actually no, he's a suit because they said he went to
he's trained. His role is really trained to be Black Noir's double.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not as strong as him, so he doesn't have like the physical traits where he could, you know what I'm saying, like wield like double pistol and just like fire shots not missing and regenerating health. It's at a slower pace. He's like basically like a nerfed version of him, almost completely. It's the same actor that plays him though, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I
I don't know. I mean, I guess he already didn't talk, but he had that aura around him, like yo, when he on screen or he about to do something, like he mean business.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker lost. When Maeve gave him that fucking, I don't know if you seen this scene, bro. I just seen it the other day. I forgot it happened. So I guess Starlight was getting attacked by Black Noir, and Maeve came and helped. And he's allergic to fucking nuts.
Yeah.
So she attacked him and gave this motherfucker like a walnut, and he passed out. Like, I'm like, yo, that nigga aura's been gone. Since then, like, yo, like your aura is gone. Like, you got hemmed up and was forced to eat nuts, and you end up falling out. Like, that's insane. Like,
eat nuts, bro.
Had Starlight was like, what? He's like, oh, you got a tree nut allergy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know that for a motherfucker that don't talk? So I don't know. Like, I'm really interested to see what Sage do because she's losing her touch. She's losing her.
That has to be her last plate. That's the only scene I think we're missing from the trailer now. Is as Butcher and Noir. I have to rewatch it maybe, but we got the hospital scene with Huey's dad, so I think that's the last thing we're supposed to get is Butcher and Black Noir fighting, which is we talked about for a long time. We didn't know who was under the mask. Now we know. We still didn't get Black Noir doing anything besides beating up random civilians with a bat.
So I don't know.
Him no showing was pretty interesting.
He's been no show since I think episode 2, episode 3.
Yeah, he hasn't been there since episode 3 when they were on the stage.
Yeah, so I don't. It's interesting to see. Another thing I was gonna bring up is they're doing like a diversity thing with A-Train, Black Noir, who the third member?
Is it deep?
Sage.
Oh, okay.
Sage, A-Train, all the black people. So I guess they're doing the diverse thing with that, but like even then A-Train don't give a fuck. I mean not A-Train. Homelander don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. Mm-hmm. Like it's like the Deep is the only one that's trying to keep the image alive for Vought.
And surprisingly so for somebody that got their image destroyed in episode or episode like 1, episode 2 now, and he's the only one fighting to keep the image now because he worked so hard to get his back.
Yeah, Ashley losing her touch too. Like so
Ashley's
I don't know.
Lost her boyfriend. So she ain't got nobody to dominate no more. He said, "I want to dominate."
I want to be dominated. Like, all right, bro.
I want to get dominated.
Like, calm your ass down.
That's a crazy.
Like, just tell somebody in public, like, calm your ass down, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But damn, bro, this is gonna be a tough. I can't wait to see episode 6.
Interesting final 3 episodes. I'd say
very, very, very.
I wouldn't say it's gonna be. I don't want to say it's gonna be. Too tough. I think it'd be interesting because there's so much to wrap up. We've seen so much in the trailer. We speculating so much. It's like I only got 3 more hours of screen time realistically to wrap all this up. So usually when we don't know how the show's gonna end, that's usually how it ends pretty good. So.
Based on this finale, because again, like I said, I think like episode 2 ago, my dream would be season 3 of Invincible and season 5 of The Boys next year. Like that'd be valid. Like that'd be done valid. Like
a dream.
You know what I mean? That's a dream. You know what I'm saying? But if this season,
this year,
you know what I mean? That type shit though. Like
end the year with Invincible.
But like if you can get season 5 of The Boys next year, this finale still gotta hit because it's season 2 of Invincible. It kind of was like a launch pad for season 3. That's what I mean. So if you're gonna build up for this finale, something gotta happen in this finale. Yeah. I don't want to, wish death on no character, but you can't have everybody in the same stalemate heading into season 5.
For a whole season.
Because then when in season 5, we're like, okay, this is the last season. So we know this motherfucker not going to survive. We know this motherfucker not going to survive. We just going to be there to see how Homelander died.
Yeah.
So if everybody's alive and the only plot point that gets pushed forward in the next 3 episodes is, okay, Sage lost her touch, A-Train and Homelander going at it, Homelander take over the world, and we just end it there, I don't know what the fuck season 5 is going to be about.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like you kind of want to be patient about it, but like a full season of building, it's hard to keep fans motivated to watch because it's the most viewership that they had in any season. So you don't want to lose that viewership by, like building and building and building where you really could just like, all right, let's have one major thing happen. Like if it's somebody that could die, like maybe it's like Frenchie maybe it's like Firecracker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need them. I'm sure you don't fucking need either one of them for season 5, but odds of them surviving are higher than them dying because like this show has failed to kill any major character really so far. Yeah. They'll kill the side character. They'll kill the Beccas. They'll kill the soldier boy who's only here for a season, but they won't.
Yeah. Which I understand. Like you got your little crew. You got your understands plot armor. But we can't go into season 5.
Already 40 episodes, almost 40 episodes.
That's what I'm saying. We got the build up. Like we can't go into season 5 and just say, oh, okay, well, season 4 built all this up. Now we already know what's gonna happen.
You gotta kill a person per episode at that
point.
That's what I mean.
Like
a lot of motherfuckers gonna die.
It's gonna be horrible pace in season 5 if you don't get this season 4 finale like and shit right. So
yeah. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they do get it right because we invested in the show. We want the show to be good. We want the show to end on a high note.
Then the break. I'm telling you, I take a 2-3 year break, bro, and it's build up. Shit.
Man, they're gonna lose viewership. I tell you that much.
Shit gonna be crazy.
It's hard to imagine this show doesn't release in 2025. If it doesn't, then they're in a bad spot because they're almost damn near over, and it's not gonna be the end of July. So. And
I get it. You got Gen V coming out, which I kind of like. I knew the Gen V characters wasn't gonna play a huge role. Yeah. But like you gotta build. You gotta build something. Doesn't mean like nothing. But damn. You gotta build something, even if it's building something towards Gen V season 2. Something gotta pop at this end of the season to where we like, okay, what the fuck is gonna happen next? Yep. Like, so
that's how I look at it too. It's like something gotta give. What I don't know, but something gotta give.
And with all the characters too, like even with Butcher, we seen he had the virus. Like we wanted to see how long, like how desperate was he gonna get?
Now it's kind of like it didn't even.
Like now that part is over, it's like
so it's like I don't know what the fuck going on. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I thought that was gonna be a major plot point through every episode. Like something would show. I think the most he did was cough this episode. So I mean I don't know. I don't want to, like I said, like maybe I missed something. I'll rewatch the episode. Maybe I missed something, but I think we're both on the same page. Like they jumped around a lot and a lot of plot holes and speeding through a couple important things that could have been touched on compared to keep showing V'd up animals. Yeah, that's as cool as that may look on post production. It wasn't that cool. Yeah, so. I ain't got nothing else to add though.
Yeah, me either, man.
I guess it was a mid episode based on everything we did.
Yeah, basically. It's like it was good, but
it was good. And then like, damn, like, is it really good? Like, what did y'all like? Like, I can't say I like anything now. Now you say that.
Like, yeah, you're right. My fault.
But thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you guys next week with episode 6 review. So hopefully it's a good one. If not, then we're gonna have to figure some shit out.
Preseason fucking bets. Preseason bets, bro. Who gonna win the Hall of Fame game?
We're gonna start reacting to WNBA games at this point.
What's going on? Who gonna win the Hall of Fame game? Like, come on, let's really talk about it.
Like what can we expect from the Hall of Fame game next month? Caleb Williams on the sideline with his nails painted. What should we expect? If that's all we got for y'all, then y'all can leave us alone.